Ezekiel, my mind is gone.
Eat some eggs. Eat some toast.
Here to
Get ready for the NFL roast. Ribbit. Ribbit.
Here we go.
Welcome to NFL. Here's your host, Dames Marvs.
What's up, NFL Nation? It's James Marvs. We are here early in the morning. I'm a morning person, so I don't mind this so much. And there's probably going to be one person watching, but that's okay because we're going to come to you live again with this same show at the normal time Wednesday night. How you doing, Frankie J? It's an hour later where you're at, so you should be a little bit brighter-eyed than me.
Yes, I am, and I'm somewhat of a morning person, and I got my yellow highlighters, so I'm ready to roll.
Tio is with us as well. He works overnight. Are you a morning person?
Yeah, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed.
Are you usually up right now?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
This is prime time sleep hour for me here.
Prime time sleep. Well, thank you for being here. We know that we were all going to be busy and traveling. Hello to the live people. I saw who it was, but oh yes,
Angry,
we'll just say
angry panda poet.
Panda poet. We know who that is, but for anonymity purposes, we'll just say, "What's up, my girl?" All right. Thank you for joining us. She's a Broncos fan, just so you guys know.
Ooh.
Anyway, we Christmas Eve's tomorrow, so that's why we're doing this now. And there's a lot to get to, guys. And you guys are going to do your other show directly after this, so your guys are busy until noon, right?
Yeah.
Good Lord, I'm glad that I can go back to sleep after this if I feel like it. But let's start. Look, I'm going to get right to it, guys. We're obviously going to talk about the news of things that have come up this week. We're going to talk about the games from week 16, as well as predict the games for week 17. But we got to start with Thursday, guys. Thursday, we'll cover the game when we get to the game, but we all know what happened. 30-28 or 30-14. Seahawks come back in what I would call dramatic fashion. T.O. called it dramatic fashion in the group text. But there seems to be a major crash out by the fucking fans and the fucking coaching staff and the fucking players of the Rams that think that they somehow were cheated out of this game by the officials. Now, I want to address both of the calls that they have a problem with, and then I obviously want to get your guys' take. I don't really care what your take is, but I want it for everybody else because I already know what's happened here. All right, you have the first one, which I believe what happened first was there was an illegal man downfield called that pulled the touchdown off the board for the Rams. Okay, and it was a newly checked in player that was substituting for an injured player, so we had eyes on him. All right, I'm going to tell you this: it was a bad call. He was absolutely downfield, but he was pushed. You can't see that in real time. The refs saw him downfield, and they're like, that's an illegal man downfield. He's probably done that because he's just come in the game. Flags up, touchdown off the board. Sorry, happens in every game. No one's out to get you, okay? So shut the fuck up about that one. The second one is a 2-point conversion that was a backwards pass that seemingly failed. The refs incorrectly said fumble. It's not a fumble. It's a live ball that went backwards, okay? Bounced off a player's helmet. Live ball. Whoever recovers it, there's no rule against advancing the ball on a live ball that was pitched backwards. It's not a fumble. It's not. You can't advance a fumble. You can advance a live ball that was not There's a difference there. Now, Seahawks awarded 2 points. If you go back and listen, there's an inadvertent whistle blown by the officials, which means the ball should be dead, correct?
Correct.
There actually is a rule, and this was explained by the NFL in their explanation, that the rule states that a inadvertent whistle can be overturned in a review.
2 points. Wow.
But even if that pisses you off, it's wrong either way, right? But what would you rather happen? Would you rather it be wrong and screw the team where it actually would have mattered had the inadvertent whistle not blown?
No, we just talked about this last week. We think they should do what it takes to get the call right, and if that's the right call, no, I don't know. In this case, gosh, it's a tough question because in this case, 95 out of 96 times they're blowing the whistle dead before that guy nonchalantly even touches the ball in the end zone. He didn't know what was going on either.
Their argument against this is, as soon as they hear the whistle, they stop playing. They stop.
Yeah, true. That's a great argument.
And that's a great argument, but no one was there to pick up the ball except Charbonnet. So
yeah, yep.
I mean, it was almost picked off. You know, if you think about it, bounced off the guy's helmet and then through the guy's hands, and then he just laid there.
It's so weird that they can do that. I didn't know that they can overturn an inadvertent whistle because we've never seen that happen.
I know. So check this out. Now, in my final shut the fuck up to the Rams, I got 3 other things, and I want to let you guys wax on this. Okay.
Weird.
The first thing is, what benefit does it do for the NFL for them to rig this game in favor of a team that no one talks about? Like, shut the fuck up. Everyone on both coasts is only talking about the Rams. No one gives a shit about the Seahawks. There's no reason, monetarily or otherwise, for them to hoist the Seahawks above the Rams. There's just not. So shut the fuck up there.
Week 18, Seattle versus the 49ers could be the reason.
I mean, that very well, but what does that do?
That would put the 49ers ahead of them, wouldn't it?
Well, it will, yes, but they would have been ahead of, I mean, they could jump ahead of them anyway.
It could.
So, but here's the deal, boys. You also had to then predict or script, if you want to say that the Niners were absolutely going to beat the Colts and that they're absolutely going to beat the Bears next week, which is, I mean, come on. And we're talking about a system of rigging. How far can you really go there? But I want to point out 2 things. There was a late call that allowed the Rams way down the field with an extra 15 yards on a roughing penalty that was not a roughing penalty. It was just every time the refs see a hard hit, they throw the flag. And they can't, unfortunately, review it and say, okay, he didn't really lead with his head, but whatever. So shut the fuck up there, okay?
Jeez.
Then you got the Cooper Kupp fumble right before halftime, absolutely recovered at the 1 yard line and rolled into the end zone. They give him a touchback. Shut the fuck up there, okay? Now, just shut the fuck up in general because you're a bunch of fucking assholes who don't believe in concussion protocol. You don't believe in the officials like at all. So just shut up. You're a bunch of whiny bitches, and I'm glad you lost that game. You blew it. Even if the 2-point conversion would have failed, we would have been down 2, and then we stopped you on the next play and kick a field goal and win the game outright in regulation. Shut the fuck up. Rams fans, eat dicks. Shut up.
Wow.
What do you guys think? Frankie, go ahead.
Wow.
I know you didn't expect to spend 9 minutes opening the show with a Seahawk fan rant, but I owe it to the fans because I've been telling them that this is a boring team all year long. So go ahead, Frankie.
That was one of the greatest games that has ever played, probably due to the referees. But to me, it made me think that the Rams were better than them, or are better than them.
I mean, I'm not even disputing that I wasn't disputing that going into the game. I think the Rams are a better team. They should have won that game.
I think it's just because of the quarterback.
Well, that's what we're going to talk about next. But I want Frankie to, I mean, he's just sitting there going, wow.
He doesn't believe in concussions either.
No, I do, actually. They're a real thing. For me, that game was really exciting. Did the refs manipulate it a little bit? Possibly, probably. But the Seahawks are a really good team. They're a nasty defense. They got a great offense. I think where it lies, James, Todd, is that there's a lot of people that just don't believe in Sam Darnold, and that's a shame. I think he's a good quarterback considering he was drafted by the Jets, where usually you go to unalive yourself to be appropriate. And he has made his way, journeying on a journey through the NFL and ended up in Minnesota where they should have probably kept him and then dealed him to Seattle. So you guys got a great team, and I think they're ramping up the Seahawks right now for that huge Week 18 matchup against the 49ers. So in my opinion, I think it's a good thing to ramp up a team that's good right now that really hasn't been for a while. So kudos to the Seahawks, if you want my opinion.
Let's talk about that. First of all, the Seahawks have been good for 2 decades now, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about there. They had maybe one bad year under Pete Carroll. But anyway, I digress there. Let's talk about Sam Darnold, okay, guys? When you think about football and what's out there with the press and with the media, it's all narratives. It's all narratives, and whatever you are assigned at birth, that's what you are for the rest of eternity. And I want to dispel some of that here. What are the 2 worst run organizations in your guys' opinion in the NFL?
Jets.
Okay, Jets. Give me another one.
Minnesota.
Okay, Minnesota, and give me a third one, Frankie.
Well,
just answer the question. You don't need to spend that much time on it. Give me a bad run organization.
Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland Browns. Okay, there's 3. Let's talk about this, dude. If you're a quarterback drafted by the Browns, let's start there. It hasn't worked for 20 years. And then you trade a guy like Baker Mayfield away or let him go or whatever they did, and he thrives somewhere else. Okay, the Jets. Let's talk about them. You draft a quarterback with the Jets. If the Jets draft Josh Allen, it's a high likely possibility that he's terrible. And it's because of the organization, you guys. All right? Now look at it. You've had Hall of Fame quarterbacks go to the Jets, and they still suck. I mean, you got Aaron Rodgers 2 years removed that's about to take Pittsburgh to the playoffs. He couldn't do that with the Jets. Why? Because the Jets are a terrible run organization. So there you have Sam Darnold, drafted by the Jets, plays there 3 years. They're like, okay, we're putting everything on you, okay? He clearly is not an everything on you quarterback. He then goes to Carolina. Everything's on you. Then he goes to San Francisco where they actually have a good organization. He played in 10 games, but he had maybe 40 passes in those 10 games. So it was either like garbage time or he started or came in for a drive or two, whatever. There was no chance there. He goes to Minnesota. This guy in the last 2 years is 26-7, okay? There's no one in the league that's better than that as a starting quarterback. Now, of course, it's not all him because he's gone now to 2 teams that have a supporting cast around him, okay? And he's lost 1 playoff game, all right? He's been in 1 playoff game, lost 1 playoff game. That to me is not a narrative, okay? The guy can win football games, but I'll stand on this hill even if we go to the playoffs and lose in the first round this year. It ain't going to be because of Sam Darnold, all right? He makes mistakes just like every quarterback. It's very frustrating. It's always been that way. If you look at his stats, even in the Jets, he's thrown 13 interceptions, 11 interceptions, 12 interceptions. Then he comes to Seattle, 11 interceptions, 13 interceptions in Minnesota. Like, it's a problem. That you can have a narrative on. But this game proves that this is not a thing. He can win games. Again, 26-7. Came from the worst run organization in the game. You can't expect anything out of any quarterback. And quite frankly, when they draft a quarterback there with this same front office, I don't care who it is. They're not going to succeed. I don't know how you get out of the Jets. You're just going to have to sell them and start over. I have no idea where to begin there, but there's the narrative. What say you guys? Would you say that Dan Marino can't win a big game? Would you say Jim Kelly can't win a big game or Josh Allen can't win? There's so many guys that have not won a Super Bowl. You can't pin it all on one playoff game. Go ahead, T. I'll let you go first.
It's hard to win a Super Bowl. I used to vouch for Darnold, and here I am. He doesn't pass the eye test to me. That's it. You can rabble off all this stuff, which is true. I vouched for him. I know it's true. But when you watch him, you're just like, wow, he could lose me the game.
And you say that about plays that are negative. I could say that about some of the throws that he's made that are like, oh my God, dude, this guy could absolutely win you the game. So I don't know what eye test you're talking about.
We'll see.
We will, and that's the thing about it. And
he hasn't proved it yet, really, Lo. Like he hasn't.
I may have to eat shit. He hasn't proved what?
When they do lose,
what are you trying to prove that he is?
When he does lose, or when they do lose, it's usually because of his turnovers.
I agree, 100%.
So, can he win you the game? Yeah, but is he more likely to lose it in big games? Yeah.
Why? What makes him more likely?
I feel like he is
26-7.
If he was but
that includes the playoff game.
How many playoff games did he win?
How many, dude? Again, he's been in one playoff game. You can't use you cannot even use that sample as an argument.
I guess
here.
He'll be in the playoffs this year. We'll see what he does.
Okay, that's fine.
I think that's fair. If he
fair,
hasn't been there because he's been on a crappy team, then so be it. You can't. You're right. You can't hold it.
But here's the thing.
Now he's on a good team.
Even if Seattle loses a playoff game this year, you're going to have to definitively say
it might be because of
Sam Darnold. It might be. But I'm saying you can't have that narrative based on one game, dude. That's an insane take. Can't win the big game. He's had one.
He's had one.
And if you're going to say this last game last Thursday was as close to a playoff game as you could possibly get in the regular season.
It took him a play we've never seen ever happen before in the 95 years of football.
Well, guess what? None of that matters because the game was 60 minutes long, and guess what he did in overtime? He drove him all the way down the field knowing he needed a touchdown, and then he got a 2-point conversion. That does not fit in your narrative, so you don't want to talk about it.
That is because I said the big game comes San Francisco, Seattle.
Okay, you can't just ignore that this wasn't a big game.
It was a huge game, but it doesn't ignore what I said 2 weeks ago.
All right, so he's 1-1 in big games then according to everybody else. How is that a narrative?
Not really.
How is that narrative?
He had help.
Oh my God. You know what?
He had help. He played a good game in the overtime.
Nobody that does it alone.
No, they didn't. They used
Josh
two good
Allen
running backs. Josh Allen does it alone. He uses his two good
assholes that
have his two good running backs.
Literally do everything for them.
For first 8 weeks, we're saying how good JSN was. Now no one even talks about him.
Try to make your argument against two fucking Bills fans that have one guy do everything for
that game made me realize they need to take the ball out of Sam Darnold's hand and run the ball.
They run the ball more than any team in the NFL. You turd.
Wonder why?
Because that's what they want to do.
Because he can't win big games. He can't even get to him.
Now you're doubling down, saying stupid stuff just because you want to.
You can't even get to him.
You're not going to make me mad. Like my argument is made. It's solid. You have nothing. He's 1-1 in big games, according to you. That's not a narrative. Frankie, I'll give you the last word before we move on to Kansas City. You could agree with what you want to agree with. I already know where I'm at. You would take Josh Allen 100 times over Sam Darnold. I would do that as well. That's not where I'm at.
A loser.
That's not where I'm at. That's it? All right. Fair enough.
Where do you rank him in the top quarterbacks right now?
We're done. We're done.
15?
We'll talk about it next week. We got to move on to DK Metcalf, former Seahawk. 2-game suspension. You guys all saw what he did.
Yeah.
What are you doing, dude? Let's say you're Pittsburgh and you give up massive draft capital for this guy, and then you pay him a contract almost more than any wide receivers ever made ever. You're 2 games out from a playoff, like honestly, a division title, which is huge. And he goes and hits a fan, gets 2-game suspension. And we'll talk about the suspension in a second. The fine was only $14,491. I don't know how they come to that amount, but the suspension now. You're allowed to play while you appeal. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
So he's appealing, which means if the decision doesn't come down and he gets to play next week, we're talking about if it's going to be upheld. There's no way that he wins this appeal, you guys. There's no way. No. They're not even going to reduce it by a game. This is unprecedented shit. That puts him missing the playoff game. what is he doing? Like he's doubling down on his madness. Just take your suspension, hope your team holds on, and play in the playoffs. You're gonna miss a playoff game because of this? Come on. Go ahead, Frankie. What do you think of this whole DK Metcalf business?
Well, first of all, he's lying about what the fans said.
How do you know?
There was a second video that came up where you could clearly hear the fan saying what he said, and there was no racial slurs at all. It was just he was just trying to egg him on a little bit. He called him by his real name. I can't remember his real name. It's not DK. It's a longer name, and he was just getting at him. And we all know DK Metcalf is a loose cannon. I think personally the guy should be suspended from the league for the remainder of the year for what he did. And you gotta keep your composure when that game when the first kickoff starts. You can't have engagement with the fans like that. And where was the security? Where was team security? Where was the stadium security? Where was There's a lot of questions to that, and we're gonna get answers probably in the upcoming weeks.
They followed him up to the guy. There was like security
Yeah,
right there.
We were right there.
But you're right. DK Metcalf said that he said some slurs.
Yeah.
But if you listen to the video that came out where you have audio, he called him Decalen, which is his
Correct.
given name.
If that's racial,
I
then
believe it's
holy cow.
Decalen Zacharias Metcalf, but
Something like that.
DK is short for Decalen, which is a pretty cool name. I don't know why that would bother you. No one calls me Decalen. Todd, I'm going to call you Todd right now. You going to punch me?
I'm glad that you clarified that, because when I first saw that, I said there's only one word that you can call that guy that makes him act that way, and I wouldn't have blamed DK at all for hitting him. But if he didn't say that, you still.
You know what? I like the hill that you're dying on, because
no one
should ever say that.
No one should ever say that, and you could respect a guy for coming up to him and punching him in the face after he gets away with saying that. We've all dealt with keyboard warriors, and when you say things in real life, they have consequences. And if that's what that guy said, or which he clearly didn't, now I was on DK's side, but now I'm not.
So, and I just for the social warrior aspect of things.
Well, that's where this came about, really, pretty much.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what he said. Like, you have signed an agreement with a team that's worth millions of dollars.
That.
You have to have a cool. I mean, sticks and stones. We all grew up with that.
I totally understand, but that's crossing.
No, here's the thing. Like, in a normal scenario, like outside of the arena, someone says the N-word to you, punch him in the face. I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. Good job. Mm-hmm. It's the context of where you did it. And apparently this fan has been buying tickets and following him around. I don't know the truth of any of that.
That's another thing.
I don't know the truth in any of that, but it doesn't. My whole thing is, like, he could say like shit about your mom. Like, you got to know what's coming to you if you react. And like, he clearly thought about it. And then he came back in the game after that, and he dropped like 3 passes in a row. His head was clearly out of it. So it's like, when Seattle got rid of him, I was like, okay, cool. We're not going to get penalized 15 yards every game because he loses his head, which he does on the field all the time. So this is the first time I've seen it directed towards the fan base, which is crazy, you guys.
Pretty bad for the NFL.
All right. Let's talk about Kansas City. Yeah, dude, this is crazy. I don't know if you guys have ever been there, but I live near enough to the Truman Sports Complex to know that it's one of the country's great just combination platters, if you will. You've got Kauffman Stadium where the Royals play, literally within a stone's throw of Arrowhead Stadium. They're right next to each other. And then everything around it is a parking lot for like the ages. We're some of the best tailgates you've ever had in your life. It's right off the highway, the freeway, if you will. And the ballparks themselves are both fantastic. They've been they're icons of the cities that they represent, right? Well, Kansas City Royals, their lease is up. They broke ground. Well, they're breaking ground this year on a stadium that will open in 2028 for the baseball team. And I suppose that left the Chiefs feeling like, hey, man, we're like 3 times world champs. recently. We're in the middle of like the best run of our entire existence. Let's spend $3 billion and move the team to Kansas. And for those of you that don't know, Kansas City is a weird city in itself because it sits half of it in Kansas City, Missouri, and the other half of the city is in Kansas. So it's a border city that is kind of in both states, which is kind of weird. Now, the Chiefs and Royals have always been on the Missouri side. And now with this new complex I'm not sure where the Royals, I thought the Royals were going to move downtown. Great city, Kansas City, if you ever get there, just by the way. They have a power and lights district that's absolutely amazing. The Truman Sports Complex, enjoy it in the next couple of years if you can, just because it's not going to be there anymore, and it's iconic, really. But anyway, Tia, I know you're a Chiefs guy, kind of. I mean, I hate to say that because I know you're a Bills fan, but I know that you also follow and enjoy the Chiefs as well. What are your thoughts on the new $3 billion complex?
I don't like it.
I'm kind of with you, dude. I'm kind of with you. It's going to be a dome, too.
Yeah, it's going to be a dome. And they're moving it all the way across. I don't know why. You have a nice, like you said, you have a lot of time for tailgating, a lot of space for tailgating. They're probably going to cut that down, right? Just like.
I think it's going to be outside of town. So.
Okay. Well, they did the outside of town thing.
Yeah. I don't like, I just think about things like, in Boston, where you got the big green monster, and then, or in Chicago, Wrigleyville, like right in the middle of the city. I kind of love that
like
dynamic. But I've also been to places where it's on the outskirts, and it's kind of, it's kind of cool.
Well, the stadium should be sweet. 2031, I think, is the release day, right?
2031 is opening day, and they are planning to build like a downtowny type of shopping hangout thing around it too. So we'll see. Frankie, any thoughts?
Well, I mean, it just seems sort of fishy that personally, I haven't heard anything of this potential move.
Why is it fishy?
Well, it just seems fishy to me that I haven't heard anything about them wanting to move. So maybe that's just my lack of attention to outside news. But it just seems like all of a sudden they shit the sheets and, oh, by the way, we're moving. It just kind of, for me, it came out of the blue. So I don't really know. I completely don't care because
usually
the Chiefs are my nemesis.
Usually by now they have something to look forward to. Now they don't. So 2031.
Yeah.
What are they going to talk about?
There you go. I mean, you could have said the same thing about the Bills, I guess.
For 25 years.
They were running from I mean, if you want to be a dick about it, you can certainly play that card. But
I'm just being a loser.
No, you're good. I don't like it though. I really like having Kaufman and Arrowhead right next to each other. It's gonna be a sad day when of course I say that.
Oh no.
I say that knowing that I've been to both stadiums many times. And they're world class the way they are. Anyway,
the Royals had a cool stadium.
Dude, Kaufman, especially once they remodeled it and you could walk all the way around it, 360 on one level. It really became super special, and the fountains and the huge. It's iconic. I don't know that they're going to be able to. They're going to have to do some work to recapture some of the greatness that stadium presents for the fan experience.
Don't bring the fountains over.
I hope so. I really do. All right, guys, let's move on. That's really all the shit that I had. We could talk about the end of the Kansas City Tennessee game, but I don't really know enough about it, and I don't think if I asked T.O. that he's going to know what exactly.
The over-under, they busted the over-under there in the last 4 minutes, which was a little ridiculous.
Okay. See, that's
fake calls.
What I wanted to like. I wanted to not present that information and then not present a case that it happened.
Yeah, well, Pollard scores.
Okay.
They call it a non-touchdown. That would have made the over. That would have busted the over-under. People who bet the over, which was again 70%. Whenever you hear that magic number, weird things are going to happen. So 70% of the people bet the over. Pollard runs it in. It's going to be a touchdown. to bust the over, to make it an over. What do? They call a penalty on the guy who says he didn't report. They clearly have video of the guy reporting, and the referees doing their weird signals to each other saying this guy's eligible, and then they call him non-eligible. Then after that, they almost run it in again, and then they flag him again, so they back him up. Now it's 3rd and like 30. They get 5 yards, they kick a field goal, and then he under hits. It's weird. It's just weird. People, I don't know.
That to me is more likely of a scenario of being true than like a scripted.
But NFL. To me, they're one and the same. You're manipulating games via the points. Scripted or not,
how can you say that's the same?
That's cheating.
Okay, no, we can agree there.
And it's not really playing football.
But when I watch like, even like Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is a totally ad-libbed show, they have a script of
Sure, I understand that. Okay, the two words are different.
Okay,
script is a very direct word where you're implying that every single player, every single coach, every single person in the league is in on it. No, I don't believe that at all. That would be foolish. There's obviously people who are actually trying to play the game. What I have a problem with are referees throwing flags or penalties that give automatic first downs, which we talked about, that directly implement or directly
impact
or negatively impact the scores.
Yeah,
and that's where I think
that to me is very likely. I don't think it happens in every game. But
no, me either.
I think certain times it can be manipulated, and I don't know how you stop that other than
I don't know either.
Gambling illegal,
and a lot of times you just look at which games have the 70% and over betting on them, and weird things are going to happen in those games. I don't make this up, and I'm not trying to convince everybody that it's rigged, but it's manipulated.
But this is like, and I appreciate that we have somebody on here that will absolutely say that it is. I will say that I've seen a couple instances recently, like where they didn't kick a field goal and they just, punted from the 29-yard line.
20-yard line? Yeah, that was strange. And that directly impacted that game and would have made the outcome different.
Exactly.
70%
there's a couple
again,
instances recently where you kind of go, no way, dude. So yeah, I'm with you, but I'm not willing to say until somebody gets caught up in the whole whatever. I'm not willing to say 100% that it's manipulated, but there are instances I will admit where you can go. All right, let's talk week 16. Have you guys crunched the numbers yet?
Frankie, you 13-3?
No,
we were everyone was pretty close. We were within a game of each other. T.O. and I both finished 10-6. Frankie got you at 9-7 because of last night's game.
Ooh.
We were tied going into last night, all three of us. That puts T.O. you stayed at 58%. Frankie, you went down from 61 to 60, and I stayed at 64. So any game, it's getting hard to move the needle with the percentages at this late stage of the game. So we're really going to have to make huge mistakes or huge upside either way to move off of these percentages moving forward. But that's where we are now. T.O., you've got the easiest road here because just the amount of games.
Yep.
Yeah, since you have so much fewer games than we do, your number is don't be disparaged at a 58 is what I'm saying, because it's not over for you.
It's good for me.
All right. I think we talked enough about the Rams-Seahawks game. If you want to talk about in-game stuff that wasn't related to the result, or you can talk about whatever you want, but I think that would be what we haven't talked about. It was a good game. I think most people watching would say it's one of the best Thursday night games in history. I am biased, but I think it was one of my favorite games that I've ever watched. Frankie, anything else on this one?
No.
You're the only one that picked Seattle, so that's why I give you the opportunity to go.
They were home. They were home.
They were home, and yeah, they were home.
That came out big though.
Okay, so and I appreciate that because that used to mean something, but I just want you guys to know But since McDonald has been the coach, the Seattle Seahawks are the #1 road team in the NFL, with 2 games on the road in the regular season, and then possibly home field advantage in the playoffs. Make it make sense.
They run the ball.
T.O., anything else on this game? You want to take one more shot at Sam Darnold?
No, I don't hate him. I
do. I kind of do hate him.
This was one of the most exciting games there was. He's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
But you look at him and he doesn't, to me, I worry. I would have worries.
Dude, I worry. Trust me. Like, I saw what San Francisco did last night to a team that we didn't score a touchdown on.
Yeah, I think they're tough. I think they're the toughest.
So I'm not anywhere sitting outside of reality. I'm well aware of what's coming.
That'll be a great game, too.
I think it will be moved to primetime.
Where's that game?
It's in San Fran.
Oh, you know who Frankie's taking.
Dude, you guys just heard me say Mike McDonald's the best. You know what?
I know.
I don't know why we do this.
I'm not
I don't
even
know why
saying
we do this.
shit.
Well, they're home,
sitting here
so you got to
being
take
a
them.
loser.
I don't know why we do it.
Well, that goes for the 3 of us.
Ricky, what's going on today? Have you not had your coffee?
I did.
Everything. He's like, I'm just a loser.
He's stuck on the comment.
I'm just a loser.
Not just me.
You ruined his life.
Good gracious.
I love it.
Barry. Buried him.
Okay. Wait, okay, let me see. Could have, should have, would have, can't be. Only losers, you 3. Wow.
Jeez. Thanks for watching.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for the view.
Appreciate you pushing us out into the algorithm, you piece of shit.
Wow.
Anyway.
I've been dying to address that comment.
Dude, I mean,
you've been doing it for a while.
You know what? God bless you, Frankie, because I would not have looked unless and I was like, what is he talking about? So then I go and read this and like,
I'm going to apply for
I want to tell
NFL.
you guys that this is how disciplined Frankie J has become in his beautiful young age. He told me, he goes, I'll let you handle the comments. I won't. He's like, if you bring it up, we'll talk about it. But otherwise, and God damn it, he's sitting here like roasting himself
the whole time
based on what's his name? Barry Baj Esther. What kind of name is that? Get the fuck out of here with your bullshit. Eat shit, you loser.
Especially during Christmas time. What a winner.
Merry Christmas to you, you piece of shit.
I'm a loser, baby.
All right, let's move on because we got to get through this, guys. All right, Philadelphia, Washington. I dumbly picked Washington. That was just dumb. That was dumb. I said trap game. I threw up. I did the whole production. I was wrong. You guys were right. Philadelphia, are they good though, guys?
Yeah.
Are they like the most boring good team
that
you've ever seen in your life?
Yes.
Anyway.
Yep.
I hope we play them in the Super Bowl.
You just said, okay.
Jeez.
I would think you'd want to play Seattle because of Sam Darnold, right?
I didn't say
Not
or if Sam Darnold makes it to the Super Bowl, is the narrative gone?
It's on the road.
For everyone, that's true. All right. You guys are trash. I'm going to move on. Green Bay, Chicago. This was another awesome game, guys.
Yes.
This was like setting the week up.
This game pissed me off.
Why is that?
Because Chicago would have never won if Jordan Love doesn't get hurt.
Wait, say that again with a straight face.
Chicago doesn't win this game if Jordan Love plays the whole game.
See what I'm talking about, guys? That's a narrative. Malik came in and actually played better.
I understand.
So what are you talking about?
Because I don't think they would have. They were losing until he got out. I think that moment changed the whole momentum.
There's a possibility that
Caleb plays good for one throw.
That Jordan Love doesn't play again this season.
Oh, that's really?
Are they done?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I mean, until the playoffs.
Oh.
He may be out with this. This was he got douched. He got absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, then they would be done if he's hobbled.
All right. In Chicago, look, I don't know how they got to 11 wins so quietly. But if you're talking about Seattle doing it quietly, the Bears done this very quietly. Like, I don't look at them and I see an 11-win team. And you went straight to bashing Caleb Williams, but I can't do that at this point in time. I got to give him credit because before him, they had 5 wins, maybe. Go ahead, Frankie. Take it away.
I will say this. Yeah, they started off the season 0-3, but Ben Johnson has done tremendous things for Caleb Williams. I think he's calmed him down, made him more of a confident player. And I have to take back some of the things that I've said about Caleb Williams, especially last year. I didn't think he was it. He's playing some ball, and I think a lot of it has to do with the Ben Johnson coming in, offensive-minded coach, and really turning that team around. So I have to kind of take back some of my words on Caleb Williams. He's a competitor. He's a great quarterback. Can he stay healthy, though? It's what I always say about any of these good players. Can he stay healthy?
This game really reminded me of the Seahawks Green Bay NFC Championship game way back when they had a big lead, and then the Bears come back, Seahawks come back, right? And then there's an onside kick recovery, which we never see. And that happened in the playoff game, the NFC Championship game. And then it happened again to the Packers in this game. It allowed them a touchdown to tie the game. And then a long, deep pass in overtime. That's exactly how both these games ended. And I'm just thinking Green Bay fans have they're becoming the new Minnesota in that they get all these great players and close to all these great things just to have them swooped out. And it was a great game. Like, it really was. That comeback never should have happened. I don't know. The Jordan Love thing is up for. I gave maybe T.O. a little bit too much crap for that comment, but I think Malik is a decent backup, dude, and I don't think Jordan Love is great. I mean, I've never thought that, but we'll see what happens. I hope.
Yeah.
I hope for the sake of football and the fans that he's able to play again in the regular season because it's just better. I mean, think about the Kansas City game coming up on Christmas. Like,
yeah,
that would be. I mean, even though they're out, no one wants to watch that game without Mahomes. Or, I mean, now that what's his backup's out too.
Not even Mustache Minshew. We don't even get that.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Deck the halls with Mahomes balls.
So many injuries this year.
Tampa Bay at Carolina. You guys both said Carolina. I said Tampa. Why was I so what?
Because they got all their weapons back and they should win normally in a regular. I don't know.
Yeah, but why did you guys both take Carolina when I'm the one that's been the Bryce Young defender all along?
Because they were home.
Makes no sense.
That's not why I took them, but
because you're a loser.
Loser only picks the home team.
Bury me.
I don't know. Right. I don't have faith in Tampa anymore.
I really don't, dude. Like,
what's his face is really hurt.
Here's the deal. He had all his weapons back. Mike Evans, Godwin, Godwin.
He's hurt.
Okay, well,
he has the same injury he had when he sucked in Cleveland.
I think Baker Mayfield's been playing injured for weeks now with his shoulders. So I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of reasons why they've been losing, and who knows.
Yeah, when you have that receiving core, you should.
Can we just watch the Rams play Seattle every day of the week?
If you want me to die, yeah, we can. If you want me to die,
it's good to not have any implication in that game and just watch it because it was a very exciting
I'm sure. And I'm in a text chain with my brother and my dad doing the whole thing, and I'm like, we give up like way too early. We're like, we're done, we're cooked. And then all of a sudden we're like, holy shit, we're not cooked. And it's like, what's even happening? You know what I really hate? And that's why I went on that tangent at the beginning. I really hate, like, I never bitched about Super Bowl 40, like beyond like maybe 2 days. I was like, man, we got hosed with the calls. And then Levy actually apologized years after the fact. He's like, I fucked you guys in that Super Bowl. And everyone knows it, but like, I'm over it. Like, just, you don't blame the refs, dude. You don't. You just don't do that. It's never a good look for fans, especially for the team. The team needs to be the one to let the fans do the talking. And now Stafford's wife is out there yapping. Not a good look. Buffalo, Cleveland. man, Shador took you guys to the wire.
Mhm.
You guys, I didn't really get to watch the entire game because it was on with a bunch of other games, but I assume that you guys watched this firsthand. Talk about Shador first. Do you see a good future with him? To me, like what
Dippers.
I saw looked passable.
He's doing this with the Cleveland Browns.
Right. Were you guys actually really nervous at any point during this game?
No.
No.
Yeah. See, I've had a couple of those type of games this year. And
Cleveland knows how to lose.
exactly. Yeah, go ahead, Frankie.
The only thing that I was worried about for this game was Myles Garrett.
What about
And
Josh Allen's ankle?
That was not a big deal. I think that was dramatized. I believe that I was more worried about Myles Garrett, but Deion Dawkins and that left side of the line, they contained him pretty much.
Yeah,
And even
contained
Myles
shit.
Garrett complimented our
They ran the
offensive
ball
line.
300 times. That's why.
Okay, but anyways, Myles Garrett was
Allen,
quiet
no
that whole game.
touchdowns.
Myles Garrett was quiet.
Yeah, well, how do you stop him? You run the ball at him.
Okay, well, he was quiet.
He was. All right. Chargers, Dallas. You guys both picked Dallas.
Jesus.
Chargers are. I told you guys they're one of those teams that's like they're hard to like get behind and be like, yeah, they're gonna win this game. They dominated this game really.
Mhm.
I think Dallas's defense and the fact that they know that they're out, nobody's really given 100% anymore there. So I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised by the outcome.
They're
Nor am I surprised by the Jets New Orleans results. We all picked New Orleans. Jets, worst organization in football.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to comment on that. Frankie,
No.
you took the Giants against Minnesota. We both took Minnesota. I didn't fault you for that because I would have thought, hey man, the Giants are another one of those teams that they could scrap out a win against anybody, but just kind of been believing a little bit in McCarthy, who got hurt in this game. Hopefully he's okay. Did you guys watch any of this or have any comments on it? I'm going to take that as a no.
Where the heck is Justin Jefferson?
Justin Jefferson, are you blink twice if you're in there?
Jeez.
Let's talk about that for just a second. Once he shows up and he realizes that he has another weapon, that's just going to make it worse, dude. Like, it's going to make it harder on teams. And, dude, say what you want about J.J. McCarthy, and the tape is obviously still out. I don't think this year is going to be a good indicator for him. I think that there's enough to say that we can rock with him next season, and we don't have to go out and sign a Russell Wilson or or try and get Joe Burrow, who's probably wanting out of Cincinnati. I'm expecting that to happen, but God, they can have Sam Darnold back, and I'll take Joe Burrow. I'd love to do that. All right. Kansas City, Tennessee. Frankie, I'm surprised T.O. picked Kansas or Tennessee with me, but we did, and we didn't know that Minshew was going to get hurt. Frankie obviously would not have picked Kansas City either. Cincinnati, Miami, we all picked Cincinnati. Anything there?
They crushed them.
They
But to
crushed
go back
them.
to
Third
Kansas
quarter.
City, Travis Kelce didn't have one catch in that game.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. That couldn't have happened.
That probably breaks a
this year.
streak of some kind.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Now he can absolutely retire and feel good
Definitely.
about it. All right. We got Arizona at Atlanta. I don't know why I picked Arizona. It was actually close. Arizona is another team that could, any day show up. They just don't. I didn't really have tons of confidence in Atlanta, but Kirk Cousins making a case to have a job somewhere next year. I don't think it'll be Minnesota, just so clear that up. Denver, Jacksonville. This game, you guys, this is a statement game for Jacksonville. We all picked Denver just because you got to ride the wave, dude. You got to ride the wave till it breaks, and it broke. It broke huge. is Jacksonville a team that you guys are now aware of and possibly not really wanting to play?
We seem to do well against them.
Yeah.
All right, let me ask you this. They seem to not be the same as they've always been. Do you still, I mean, you got to consider that at
they're
least.
11-4.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not too afraid of them. I'd be more afraid of Houston in my own. Well, you know what? Maybe not, because Jacksonville's defense is pretty darn good too.
They're doing all this without Hunter too.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
So, I mean, literally, since he's been hurt, is since they've gone on this. Just
ETN's been playing well too.
Yeah, he's good. He's fun to watch too.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, Detroit, guys. We all were on Detroit's nuts, and they're another one that we could talk about potentially getting hosed at the end of the game.
Yeah,
if you want to. I don't know. Here, the only problem that I have with that entire breakdown that he comes out and he goes, "We have a touchdown," and the whole stadium's like,
However,
I know.
And then he's like, and then at the end he's like, "So no touchdown."
Drama.
It's like, dude,
why'd you word it that way?
Why did you do that? Come out and say there is no touchdown because of this. Don't say there was a touchdown. And then be like, and then this guy did this, so no touchdown. You got to come out. It
was a penalty. It sucks though.
Yeah,
but it was.
Look, it's a penalty, but I don't know that it's one that I call all the time.
If he didn't put his arms out, and if he would have just ran into him, I don't think they would have called it. But his outstretched arms was probably the problem.
Well, and heads up for him because you should know that if you're getting hit. You got to make the refs aware that you've been fucked with.
Yeah,
I'm not blaming. I'm not calling him LeBron James.
Oh no, I meant the outstretched arms of St. Brown. It looked more like he did actually push him off instead of running into him. You know.
Yeah.
The flailing backwards from the defenders.
When he pushed off, he's like, "Oh, look he did that to me," you know,
which is fine.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I have a problem with the way it was explained
worded
by the official. He's like, "We have a touchdown."
However,
that's not cool.
However,
that's not cool.
No,
Rodgers worries me in the playoffs. More than Jacksonville.
Yeah, you can never count Aaron Rodgers out. I hate it. I hate that.
And I hate Aaron Rodgers.
I hate that he's on Pittsburgh too.
He's a piece of shit.
Do you see him outrun that guy on the corner flank and then try to help him up? And he's like, "Oh, you don't want help up because you just got roasted by a 42-year-old."
Forget you. That's pretty sweet.
I love that he's still got that just swagger that makes you want to punch his fucking face off. All right, Pittsburgh wins. Then you got the Raiders and Houston. We all picked Houston. And I remember specifically writing this down that Frankie said if Houston loses, he would unalive himself from the show. And
here you are.
You came pretty close, but I was like, "Oh no!" I was like, "Is this gonna happen?" Not unalive himself on the show, ladies and gentlemen.
No,
just to correct everything. Frankie J would still be alive. He would just not be present on the show anymore. Yeah. Per him.
I'd go down in flames being a loser.
Per him. All right. Easy. New England, Baltimore, not fun game at all. I mean, Baltimore kept it. They were actually leading. And, well, when are we going to discuss the fumble issues?
King fumbles.
King fumbles.
I don't know what's going on with him.
That's like three major ones that I can remember. And I'm not even I don't watch every one of their games, but I can specifically now remember three fumbles that have cost them games.
Yeah, week 1. Bills. Big fumble.
He's had a few.
Yeah, and it was week 1, week 5, and then this week again.
Yeah. King fumbles.
New England
Drake May fumbled too.
Sure did.
He sure did. And then of course you have Old Man Rivers going into his home building for the first time this season. Have they officially said he's done?
what I hear is, well, when the game was definitely over, they definitely pulled Rivers, put in whoever the guy was, the backup, and the words were said, "Is this it for Rivers for the year?" So I don't know if they're checking out, knowing they're not going to make the playoffs, because a whole bunch of things have to happen for the Colts to make the playoffs. I think they got like a 3 or 6% chance now. So I think
Yeah.
they're just going to hang on to Rivers for the.
I'll give you
remainder
my
of the year.
take.
Go
If
ahead.
this was his swan song, I don't believe it, Frankie, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay, if this was truly it for him, they would have let him finish the game.
Well, why risk getting the guy hurt? He's
Dude,
44
he
years old.
wants to be out there.
Sure,
Like, he
does.
didn't come and do this to fucking sit on the sidelines.
No.
So here's what I'm saying. They took him out because the game was out of reach and they want him to play next week.
Sure.
That's, in my opinion, what happened. He will be back.
I'm just telling you what the announcer
Otherwise,
said.
yeah, but I'm not refuting you necessarily. I'm refuting whoever said that, because
Dummies.
I think if it's, do you agree, Tio? If this is a swan song, they just let him play. Like, be like, do what you're gonna do, old man. This is it.
Is Danny Dimes coming back next year for them, or is he on
Probably
contract?
I don't know.
So this is where, yeah, I sort of agree with you, but then at the same time, I could see them trying to figure out who they have on the bench for these last 2 games. Knowing Rivers probably isn't coming back either, but I don't think he'd want to go out that way. But I think also he was just brought in here to try to salvage their season, get into the playoffs, and maybe do some kind of Cinderella hero thing, but clearly that's not working.
Right, but I guess, I mean, that's absolutely the case, right? We know he's not coming back next year. This is not a revival of his career by any means. Like, he was coming in, and he even said, I'm not here to save the team. I'm just here to make us competitive. But I can't imagine them disrespecting him to the point of taking him out in the middle of that game and then, like, never letting him play again. That just, to me, doesn't sit with, like, something that is fair when he came out for them. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. What do you guys think in the comments? Let us know. Please.
Yeah, please.
All right. San Francisco obviously waylaid that game. So I do want to say this before we move on to predicting this week's games. The setup for the end of the season in both conferences is as good as you can get, guys, really.
Yep.
I mean, you had 2 weeks left in the season, and 3 teams from the NFC West have already clinched a playoff spot. That's crazy. When has that ever happened before? 3 teams with the same division with 2 weeks left in the regular season have clinched a playoff berth. That can't have ever happened before, right?
I don't think so. And why is that happening? Because Detroit crapped the bed. I think they scored the most points this year too.
And yeah, I mean, the whole thing is insane because you've got now San Francisco, who has pulled up to, what, are they 11 wins now or 10 wins?
I'm taking Brock Purdy or Christian McCaffrey as my Super Bowl MVP.
Dude, they look well, that's why I wanted to talk about it, because if I think back about the Seahawks played this Indianapolis team last week with Old Man Rivers, didn't score a touchdown in their home building. They won 16-15 or 16-15 or 18, whatever. It was all field goals. So it's hard for me to. I can obviously say that Seattle, I think, has a better defense than San Francisco because, I mean, Old Man Rivers was lighting them. I mean, it almost had 300 yards on the game, and every time, and he's not even, like, you can tell he's not even able to throw the ball really downfield like he used to. So I think I'll be fine there. I'm not really worried about their defense. But then I also think that our defense is much better than the Colts, and there's no way that Brock Purdy is going to get not pressured the whole game. So I'm really, and I know that we're like 2 weeks ahead of a schedule on this, but like it's got me thinking, guys, like if they win against the Bears this week, that final matchup is going to be them going from like the 7th seed to the 1 seed.
To the 1 out of nowhere.
That's crazy. That is, and I, you know what I really hate about it? I hate that I'm in this like nervous tension for like the next 2 weeks, but I fucking hate their fans even more. So fuck you, 49ers fans. They're already talking shit because of the the matchup between these two teams. And I'm like,
Hmm.
I really just want to completely crush them. But I know that Sam Darnold's my quarterback, and he's going to make mistakes. So got to live with it either way. All right, guys.
Moving on.
Here we go. Week 17. Who you got? Christmas Day. We have Dallas at Washington, a game that no one gives a shit about. I will go ahead and pick Dallas. Frankie?
Dallas.
Tio?
Dallas.
Is it because we have? I mean, we already said that Dallas has given up for the season. We just not have faith in Washington at all at this point.
Oh,
No,
dude.
yeah. I
I like Dan Quinn, but god dang, dude, they're not doing anything that's remotely worth talking about. All right. Also on Christmas, you've got. Wait, is this right?
Yeah.
KC.
Hold on. Why do I have?
Detroit at Minnesota and Denver at KC.
Okay, so those are all on Christmas. Oh yeah, because
Yep,
the Christmas.
yep.
All right, I have Christmas, Thursday night football. Not realizing that they're all three on Thursday. My bad.
Mhm.
My bad. All right, Detroit at
Loser.
Minnesota. God, I'm gonna go Minnesota, guys, because I'm tired of picking Detroit and having them shit on my fucking sheets. And Minnesota has been good to me lately. Go ahead, T.O.
Detroit.
Frankie, break this tie.
Detroit.
Why?
Vikings are home.
Yeah, but
Why, you loser?
because I'm a
Bum
loser.
pick.
That's why I pick
Because I'm a loser.
I'm
What a
loser.
berry pick that is.
All right, I'm taking Denver over Kansas
Merry
City.
Christmas.
I know that's a shocker, Frankie.
I'm gonna take Denver
Why?
because they're on the road.
What?
Because they need this game. They lost to Jacksonville. They're angry, and Sean Payton's probably went in the locker room and started smashing things, being a big baby himself. So they'll win this next game.
Well,
Yeah.
Come on, Theo.
they absolutely do need this game because they're only a game up on the Chargers, which is weird because you talk about sleepy teams, guys. Like, how did the Chargers get 11 wins that quietly? Well, all we've been talking about is how great Denver is, winning and winning and winning, and they're only a game ahead. Like
Chargers are like the 49ers.
Yeah, they really, or the Bears for that matter.
Bears, yeah.
Or the Seahawks. I mean, the Seahawks maybe seem a little more.
Or Carolina.
popular to us. Yeah, come on. I mean, any of them. It's nuts. Tio, did you say Denver? On
Yes,
This game?
yep.
All right. Yeah, I was going to say. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid.
Moving on.
This might be the game of the week. Houston at the Chargers is on Saturday. It's a Saturday game. Who you got, Frankie?
I'm gonna take the Chargers.
Wow.
Okay, T.O., are you then taking Houston?
No, I'm taking the Chargers too.
Is it because they're at home?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Houston. I'm gonna take Houston,
All right.
and part of it's because of you guys. Like, this is a coin flip to me. Like,
Yep.
I have no idea. I don't have any strong analysis either way. I like the defense for Houston. I like the fact that I can't name anything specific about the Chargers that I like other than they have 11 wins and Houston only has 10. But that doesn't mean anything. That means nothing. Baltimore, Green Bay. This is a big game, guys. It's too bad that these games weren't the ones on Christmas and Christmas Eve or whatever.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. We have to live with the schedule before us. Tio, who do you got in this battle?
Baltimore.
I knew you were going to say that. Frankie, if you want to whine about, talk about Lamar Jackson at this time.
Is he out, though? Or is he playing?
He's being evaluated.
No, he's being evaluated by no one harder than Frankie J.
Yeah, his butt cheek hurts, so he might be out.
So he might not even play either.
He's got a good
Wow.
backup.
No, he's got a bad back, actually.
This is back, but he's got a good backup.
Yeah, he's serviceable, Huntley. Yeah.
Who are you
Yeah,
going
I'm
to
taking
take?
Baltimore. I'm taking Baltimore.
You loser.
Well, Green Bay, Jordan Love's not going to be playing. Malik Willis, I don't know.
I'm going
if
to
he
take
can...
Green Bay.
Okay,
Malik's
then.
not bad, though.
I've picked against the Packers the last 2 weeks, and I've felt really bad about it. Even though the Bears squeaked one by, I gotta at some point admit that the Packers are better than I think they are. I did not expect them to beat Denver, but then I didn't expect Denver to lose either to the Jacksonville Jaguars. But so much for what we think. I'm basically doing this because I have a lead on you guys, and I want to give you an opportunity.
Oh, shut
thanks.
up.
But I still think, like, I'm not just making stupid picks, you guys. Green Bay is very capable of winning this game in Lambeau Field, by the way.
The frozen.
So, fuck off, really? All right, another big game. Seattle at Carolina. A couple of weeks ago, this didn't really seem like it was going to be anything. But then you have the fact that Carolina has beaten the Rams, who Seattle lost to once. They've beaten Tampa Bay, who Seattle lost to. And now we have to travel to Carolina. I wouldn't say I'm scared of this game. I would say it's definitely a trap game, though. I would say it's a game that you have to be aware of. They are a division leader right now. And, yeah, exactly. I'm going to let you guys do you want me to pick, or do you want to go first?
Why don't you pick it?
All right, I'm going to pick Seattle.
You better.
And it's just because I need to have the narrative set up for the final week of the season.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen without a win here. Well, it might, because
it could. Either Bears, way, I know. Yeah. I'm just looking at that now.
So yeah, so it's like, honestly, if Seattle loses to Carolina and San Francisco loses to the Bears, the Rams go into the number 1 seed again, in my opinion, because they have an easy road the rest of the way. So, all right, Frankie, who you got?
I'm gonna take Carolina.
Wow.
All right. Can you tell me
how they win?
Yeah.
They're home.
They've been playing good football. They're home against the best road team in the NFL.
I'm gonna take them.
Okay, cool.
I can't wait to
I'm
talk
taking
shit.
Seattle.
Smart guy.
Yeah, you'll be crying about that one next week, Frankie. I have a feeling.
Carolina.
Right. How about Arizona at Cincinnati, T.O.?
Cincy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're all going to be on Cincy. Frankie, are you there with us?
I think so.
Pittsburgh at Cleveland. Dude, this is not a bad game, honestly. I love that it's a division rival.
I like these games.
I do like these games. I think Cleveland can play spoiler, kind of. They're up 2 games, really. The Steelers are, after Baltimore's just collapse. And that Baltimore has to play Green Bay, so they could really be out of it if Pittsburgh wins this game. So I'm picking Pittsburgh. Frankie?
Oh, this one sucks. I want to pick Pittsburgh, but I have this really strange, weird feeling that Aaron Rodgers is going to get humbled. I'm picking Pittsburgh. I have to. And I don't want to, but I have to.
Wow, I had you down for Cleveland. And
damn it. I'm taking Pittsburgh.
You fucking filibustered your way out of it.
Yeah.
All right. That's anticlimactic. Okay.
Big word.
Frankie, Jacksonville at Indianapolis.
Jeez, Jacksonville. I mean, just because. Lots of Love has been doing some stuff that I didn't expect him to do.
I'm on Jacksonville also.
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Fantastic. All right. Tampa Bay at Miami. I know that we laugh.
Oh,
I know that
shit.
you laugh when I say this up front, but Quinn Ewers did not really look bad. He didn't look great. He looked Miami Dolphin.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best I can say. And Tampa Bay is reeling, dude. They have hope still, but if they lose this game, Carolina next week isn't going to matter because they have to play Carolina again to close out the season. Did you guys know that?
Oh, that game matters then.
So, yeah, I feel like Tampa has to win
Tampa's
this game.
going to get in.
The only way that they get in the playoffs is by winning the division.
Yeah.
That's it.
They're only one game back, right? So, wow, that I'm taking Tampa in this game.
So, just to round this out for you folks at home, if Seattle, in fact, beats Carolina and Tampa Bay, in fact, beats Miami, week 18, we have a division game, Carolina versus Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Or the division. And the other one stays home or goes to, Mexico, whatever.
Yep.
Tio's taken the Bay of Tampa. Frankie, what are you going to do here?
Tampa, they're going to bounce back. They have to win this game.
I think they have lost 5 out of the last 6 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're due for a win.
So I can't, with any confidence, say that they're going to beat Miami, but I don't want to risk it. You know what? I will risk it. Why not?
Risk it.
Miami?
I'll make a dumb call once on the sheet. Yeah, I'll pick Miami because
Wow.
I just want to say this. I hope that Tampa wins this game because I really do want to see that Week 18 showdown. I think the league deserves it. And if nothing else, they're a terrible division overall. I think they're right at 500 for the winning. Yeah, 8-7 right now. So the fans in the league deserve at least something exciting out of that division because just a walk away from Carolina would just be atrocious. But whatever. All right, New England at the Jets. This game you can absolutely laugh at. I'm sure that you guys are sitting there saying this is not fair that they even get to play the Jets this late in the season. And I agree with you. I agree with you. It's not fair that teams as uncompetitive as the Jets are just going to roll over and allow somebody to hoist the division crown when the battles are coming close. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I got New England. I don't think that the Jets have any reasonable expectation of winning. Frankie?
I took, New England. Ugh, I don't like New England.
I know. Yeah, it feels like you're throwing up in your mouth to say it.
Yeah, Todd's taking New England. I already know that.
Yeah.
So when was New England going to lose then so the Bills can win the division?
Well, that's kind of what I'm...
Next week against the Dolphins? They're not going to
That's
lose.
kind of where I'm like quietly unscrewing your head off of your neck and shitting in your throat right now.
One of these two teams got to
Just quietly doing that by saying that they get to play the Jets.
I know.
It's not fair.
New England wins.
I hate it. All right. Let's talk about New Orleans at Tennessee.
Wow.
This is a cool game just because this is the level of competition that these teams should be playing against.
Yeah.
At this point of the season. Like, I'd like to see the Jets play Arizona or something. And New England play, like, the Jacksonville Jaguars or something like that. That would be great. But this is what we got. New Orleans, Tennessee. Tio, are you riding with Show? Are you going to the Show?
No, I'm going to go Tennessee.
Or are you going to go with Cam Ward? The psych
go Cam Ward.
The psych ward.
Yeah. Cam Ward.
Frankie, that surprises me that he's doing that.
Well, I'm taking them too.
Wow.
They're at home. And Show
Seems
is
to be
about
the,
For those of you at home
close the curtains.
that are
home.
trying to make picks, this is not the way to do it.
Frankie takes the home team.
Yeah, but I went
This is
13-3 last week. I just shit the sheets.
No, you
this
didn't.
week
This
like
is you were
everyone. Yes, I did.
you were 9-7.
No, the week before.
Thank you. 2 weeks ago.
Um,
Yeah.
Good loser.
Should I look and see how many times you picked the home team that week?
Oh, plenty.
Let's do that, Frankie. Frankie, home Tampa Bay, lost. Home Cincinnati, lost. Home Dallas, lost.
Jeez.
So every game that you lost last week was a home team.
Yeah, I know.
So what the fuck are you talking about?
I have no clue.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've just dispelled any rumor that picking the home team is going to automatically lead to
So
victory.
Dames is picking New Orleans.
I got New Orleans.
Strong majority this year of the home teams have won their home games. I just looked it up.
Well, that's true all the time. I mean, the home field advantage is a real thing.
Yeah, you're still looking at about 58%.
Yeah, it's not overwhelming, but
no,
for sure.
I know. What the hell they say overwhelming, and then the next statement's 58%. That's not overwhelming.
That's true, but 58 to 42 is quite a disparage. I mean, that's quite a drastic. When you look at, the 8 over 50% doesn't seem so much, but when you look at that with the 8 under, it's like, it's a 16-point gap. That's pretty huge. All right. New York Giants at, again, this is great. Giants at Vegas. Another talent matchup that's accordingly fitting for week 17. Frankie, who do you have in this game?
I'm taking the Giants because they're on the road.
All right.
I'm taking the Giants too.
Frankie's he's thrown in the towel. He's just clowning everybody now. I think it's probably because he's low on coffee is what's happening here.
Yeah, I do. I need a fresh cup.
I'm sorry, Tio. Who are you taking?
Giants.
Yeah, I'm with you. I can't pick the Raiders. I'm sorry.
They're just so bad.
All right, this is huge, guys. Let's spend some time on this one because we got a little bit of time to spend. Surprisingly, open the show with a 15-minute Seahawk diatribe that probably made everybody stop watching.
Do you feel better?
But here we are with a little bit of extra time in the rundown. Philadelphia at Buffalo, guys. Since this game is happening right now, I don't want to see it in the Super Bowl. I really do not. Unless, I'm going to throw in this caveat, unless it's a game that like Thursday, where it's just electric and like one of the most entertaining games ever. Otherwise, I don't like the fact, and I still think Buffalo is my team for the AFC, but I don't like the fact that it's a Josh Allen show. And Cook is great. When it comes down to it and the game's on the line, it's Josh Allen. It's the Josh Allen show. You guys are going to go as far as he goes. And I hate how boring the Eagles are. I just don't enjoy watching their brand of football. Their defense is hot. Their offense is arguably it is worse than Seattle's. It's a worse offense than Seattle's.
Mm-hmm.
And I have less faith in Hurts than I do in Darnold. So there's that. You guys chew on that for a second. Go ahead, Frankie, you go first.
Here's my take, and I have to agree with Matty Ice. He went off on a little bit of a tangent talking about the Bills, and he compared them to the New England Patriots when they started to get good. Tom Brady used his tight ends. They had a good slot receiver in Julian Edelman and a Wes Welker. And right now you see Josh Allen leaning on his tight ends, leaning on his slot receiver and Shakir, and he's better than Tom Brady in the way that he can move and run and extend plays. So, right on Josh Allen. I like us at home. I know I say at home, but this is a big game. If this is a potential Super Bowl preview, we have to beat the Philadelphia Eagles, and what better way to do it than at home, 1 week away from closing out Highmark Stadium. So I'm confidently picking the Bills.
Okay, Tio.
I kind of want to take the Eagles just to shut the Bills fans up for a minute and get us this humbling loss that we probably deserve or need.
What are the Bills fans doing?
Well, we're just.
Do you just mean Frankie?
Well, all this Josh Allen hype, I think he needs to be taken down to earth here for a second.
So
just to ramp it back up for the playoffs.
Hold on though. I'm
Eagles have only.
just pushing back a little bit. So you're saying that Josh Allen is not grounded right now?
I think we need to be humbled a little.
You just barely beat Cleveland. How much more?
That is pretty humbling.
How much more humbling?
Yeah,
That definitely
loser.
is. Do you know that Philly is
Look,
only
I get
let
it.
up?
You're on like a 5-game win streak, so I get.
Yes.
I get what you're saying. But they haven't been like. I mean, some of them.
And he didn't do anything last week either, Josh, against Cleveland here.
That's the truth.
But do you know that Seattle's defense is obviously one of the best ones in the league? That Philly has only let up 10 more points than them.
Yeah,
which is.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Their defense is fucking fat, dude. Like that's what's.
This is one of those games where these stupid 3rd and 1 tush pushes could screw us.
So you're taking Philly?
I don't. I'm going to take the Bills just because I live in Buffalo.
Man, guys, you're putting me in a rough
But I could
spot
see
here.
Philly beating us. And it wouldn't surprise me.
You're putting me in a rough spot here.
They have a good roster, man. Look at they got Barkley, they got Smith, they got receivers that we dream of.
They have a 4-game lead in their division, and they don't even have.
They might not care about this game. That might help us.
They don't have as many wins as the 3rd place in our division.
Yeah, and Philly is locked it up. They're not sitting, but they might not play as hard as. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to take the Bills.
That's what I'm thinking about. Their seed is already sewn.
Yep.
They're the 3 seed.
Yep.
Right? They're nothing is going to change
no
matter what. So they don't really. I have to take Buffalo, dude.
Yeah, we need it.
In this case, when they're not playing for anything, I have to take Buffalo. It would be dumb to choose otherwise. All right. Chicago, San Francisco, Sunday Night Football. Man. And oh, man.
It's going to be a big game.
Who's home?
San Francisco.
San Fran. Give me San Fran. You know McCaffrey's the only player this year to touch the ball like 30 times in more than 6 games.
Well, he's also going to be the only player in history to get 1,000 yards rushing and receiving 2 seasons in a row. 2 seasons in a row.
That's phenomenal. Marshall Faulk didn't even do that, huh? Burns. Marshall Faulk didn't even do that. You bunch of losers. You're supposed to do it like
that. Dude, I've toiled with this game and toiled with this game. I hope Chicago wins because I really don't want to stress another week. You know what I'm saying, guys? I really just want to stress another week.
It's got to set up week 18, big game.
Well, either way, we're going to have to win against them week 18 to hold off the Rams. So it's twofold. If we lose that game, if they lose this week and we win, and then we lose to them, the Rams take it. So either way, we got to win that game if we want home field advantage. And I think that despite being a great road team, like Seattle, the NFC Championship game is the only game that I'm even thinking about at that point. And I'm thinking we've never lost one there. And I think it'd just be impossible to lose an NFC Championship game in Seattle. I don't see it happening, no matter who. I got San Fran, but I'm crossing my fingers. I can't make the picks emotionally, guys. Like I have to pick who I think is going to win, but I really, really hope the Bears win. Go ahead, Frankie. Who you got?
I'm taking San Fran.
Really?
Yes.
We're giving you a chance to pick the Bears as the under. Now you're making me want to go back and take the Bears.
You can't take it back.
You need to think about it. You only have 2 weeks left to catch this guy.
I'm catching up.
Not by picking the same teams as me, bro. Take a chance.
I'm not switching my pick.
Put your balls out there. The Bears are 11. The Bears have 11 wins, guy. 11-4.
Take Caleb.
No.
DJ Moore.
Have the same record as the Niners are 10-4.
Yeah, and they're going to be 11-4 after this week.
I think so too.
The next one, I'm going to shock the world, though.
Oh, you're going to shock the world. Go ahead and shock the world.
Home?
He's going to take the home.
Hotlanta?
Why would you? All right, go ahead.
I'm just
Tell me why.
because Kirk Cousins has been on a little bit of a angry run, if you want to call it. He's finding pits. He's making plays, and he's being Kirk Cousins. He shows up when it's kind of like too late, but not too late. So I'm taking him, and it's not because he's home. It's because it's Kirk Cousins and
Who they playing?
the Rams.
The Rams.
Yeah,
Oh, you're taking Kirk Cousins over the Rams?
I think so. Yeah,
You sick bastard, you. I'm
are
definitely
you
taking
taking?
the Rams.
good.
You're
I
insane.
feel like
how I come
Frankie.
back.
I feel like Frankie is doing this because he wants to somehow
Lose.
put Matthew Stafford out of the MVP race for Josh Allen.
No
to take
rules,
it.
no respect, no shit.
I
Well,
think
we've
last
proven
game did that.
Yeah, we've proven that. Really?
If the
he had
if the
He had like
Yeah.
500 yards of offense, dude.
I know, but he lost. I think if they would have beat Seattle that game, he would have won the MVP.
See, immediately following that game, everybody's like, well, clearly Matthew Stafford's the MVP.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, that was the narrative going around was he clearly, this is not on him. And I'm
No,
like, it
definitely not.
absolutely is on him.
I think
He
so too.
sucked. Dude, in the fourth quarter,
5 drives.
5 drives, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, punt,
Yep.
3 and out. Like, that's what allowed you to get back in it. And
He
a lot of
also
people
didn't
are
have
saying it's because
No Adams.
the fucking Rams guys talk shit to Ernest Jones. And he went back and was like, all right, guys, they think that they've won this game. And the Seahawks could have easily been like, dude, they're up by 16 points. They clearly have won this game already. But they didn't do that. So as good as Matthew Stafford was, I agree with you kind of that he was not great at the moment where he could have closed the door on them and said, I am the MVP.
Yeah, he had a lot of chances.
Frankie, you look like you got something to say. Here.
No, I'm just waiting to see if you pick the Rams.
I'm picking the Rams. I think T.O. is smart also.
Rams, yep.
Well,
All
we're
right.
going to see at the end of this week.
We will, dude. It's interesting. It's interesting. There's a lot of really good games. There's a lot of implications. And next week is going to be even crazier. Don't even fret for 1 second. Guys, Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year's.
Safe travels. Tell everybody what you're doing right after this.
I am leaving a little later than I had planned, but I'm heading to the Buff, the 716, get some food.
No, that's really cool, but I meant
Nobody cares about that.
But I meant the show that you're going to do.
Well, I wanted to share that first, but at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, show up in the same place right here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and the Twits, True NFL, with T.O. and myself. We'll see you at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Thanks, everybody, for being here.
Peace out.
Yep.
Merry Christmas. Happy New
Merry
Year.
Christmas.
Maroons.
This was a Loch 22 production. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe.